my sweeties, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise, and thank you for joining my spooky little family. You know the deal, we are still in April, which means it is still Why Are You So Obsessed With Me month. In today's video, we will be talking about one of my favorite found footage films, and that is Be My Cat, a film for Anne. Let's get into the video. Written and directed by Adrian Tofei, Be My Cat, a film for Anne follows an aspiring Romanian filmmaker who is obsessed with Hollywood actress Anne Hathaway and goes to shocking extremes to convince Anne to star in his upcoming film. This film stars Adrian Tofei, Sonia Teodoriu, Florentina Harrington, and Alexandra Stroh. This is a lesser-known found footage horror film, and because it is about a guy who is obsessed with Anne Hathaway, you know I had to include it. I also just want to say that if you've been around on my channel for a while, you guys know that I love to give you all lesser-known films for you to check out. Because honestly, these indie films deserve so much love, and this is one of those films for me. Upon my first viewing of this film, I remember while watching it, I had to go on IMDb just to make sure I didn't stumble across any strange man's weird recording, because a lot of this film felt very real to me, and that is because of the talent in this film, which brings me right into some performances. Adrian being not only the writer and director of this film, but also playing our leading man, also named Adrian, which, fun fact, all the actors in this film are going by their real life first names, which makes this film even more realistic to me. I loved this aspect because, especially on the first watch, it really helps immerse the viewer into the world. Adrian also just gives a great performance. He has this wonderful body language in the film that makes you very uncomfortable, and his interactions with all of the actresses are great. It's creepy, it makes you cringe, and also just overall, it makes you really nervous for what's to come. Also, I fully believe this man when he says that he's in love with Anne Hathaway, and he will do whatever he has to do to get her to star in this film. Like, if Anne Hathaway ever found this film, my girl is gonna dial 911 real quick. But anyway, I absolutely love the performances from Sonia, Alexandra, and Florentina. I think they are all incredibly talented, and they all had great chemistry with Adrian, which is really important in a film like this. I do have to say, I think my favorite performance in this film, aside from Adrian's, had to be Florentina. She was just everything for me. Not only did she have this resemblance to Anne Hathaway when Anne had that short haircut, but she also just brought the Scream Queen vibes. And I am not gonna spoil the scenes for you in this one because you have to watch it. Her scenes, they are. Just know that it is a scene from her towards the end of the film that was just, it was everything. The performance from her, so well done. I was just like, this feels a little too real. Why does it feel so real? And it is because my girl is talented and we love to see it. Now let's get right into some specific things I liked. I think that what made this film so intriguing to me and made it all the more real and chaotic was all of the work that Adrian put in. He worked for months on an alternative psychological reality for the actors, including himself, partially living in character so that when they start improvising, he mainly needed to record the unfolding events and make sure that the improvisation goes in the right direction. There wasn't an official script, just plot points. I also think it was really brilliant to kind of make Anne the character. So Anne is essentially us. We are Anne. He is speaking to us. I don't know. It just did it for me. Found footage is by far one of my favorite subgenres because I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but because it is so intimate and it really makes us as the audience feel like we are watching something that we should not be watching. And honestly, isn't that what horror is all about? Another thing that I really, really liked about this film, now I don't know if this was intentional because I haven't read anything about it, but I think it is really interesting that if you look at all the actresses in this film, they all kind of resemble Anne Hathaway at different points in her career. Like Sonia with the straight, medium length hair, kind of like how Anne had that look in Bride Wars. And then Alexandra with the very messy, curly hair, kind of like Anne in Sex, Love, and Drugs or The Princess Diaries. And then we have Florentina with the short hair, which is exactly how Anne looked when she did that film One Day. I am not going to be spoiling scenes in this video because this film is one that is not talked about enough. So I am not going to give some really good scenes away, but I do have to talk about one, and I'm just gonna make it brief because this one, it just hit different for me. When Adrian first meets Sonia, that scene was great because we kind of just get right into it. There is like no stalling. The film is super raw found footage. We basically start to see all the lengths that this guy will go through to prove to Anne that he is capable of working with her. But in this scene, he tells Sonia,
only these two things I'm asking from you, only these two things. One, I cannot get closer than 1 meter to you. And second, you are not allowed to run. You do not run. And you must resolve these two things at the same time.
It is super chaotic, and it just hit different for me because what he was asking her to do as an actress was damn near impossible. Honestly, it was actually impossible. And you could see the frustration on this poor actress's face. And I gotta be real, you guys, as an actress myself, that hit different because to work with directors like that, Jesus. Basically, I just liked that scene because I felt like I could relate to her and I just knew the frustration she was feeling on a deeper level. And the scene that did it for me was when Adrian was singing and dancing along to that Romanian song on camera. Everything. It was everything. It's in that moment that you're like, oh, okay, damn, he's real crazy. That was honestly the scene where I was like, okay, this film is only going up from here. I also really like that he tied that song into the ending credits. I think that was really, really smart. All right, you guys, overall, I think that this film, like I said before, is a hidden gem for sure. If you enjoy stalker/obsession films, but with like a little found footage kind of situation, this is the film for you. This is genuinely creepy. It is a fun late night watch. And if you just want to feel like you're watching something that like maybe you shouldn't be watching, this is where it's at. You can feel the love that went into making this project, and honestly, we love to see it. And with that, I am going to be giving Be My Cat, a film for Anne, 4 levs out of 5. This one is a high recommend for me. If you would like to watch Be My Cat, a film for Anne, it is available to watch right now on YouTube for free. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps me a lot. And be sure to click that little notification bell to be up to date every single time I upload. And let me know in the comments, have you seen Be My Cat? Do you plan on watching it? What's your favorite found footage film? I love to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.